idea. So here we are. Little Girls Point, Lake Superior in the background. 500 subs, so doing the polar plunge. About 60 degrees here outside today. 37 degrees is what the water is. I'm already shivering a little bit from the wind. What did I get myself into? So, as I mentioned, I was doing the polar plunge to celebrate hitting 500 subscribers on my YouTube channel. So I want to take a moment to just once again thank everybody for their support. But I absolutely hated the cold. So this idea was supposed to get me outside of my comfort zone, and it did exactly that. This was my nerves leading up to that moment. It's starting to kick in a little bit. 2:15. In about 3-4 hours, I'm going to be jumping in Lake Superior doing the polar plunge. The anticipation has started. My nerves are officially... Yep. I am feeling uncomfortable. Okay, this is it. Going to pick up my sister right now so she can film. And I gotta say, afraid of heights, I jumped off a freaking stratosphere. I jumped out of a plane. I have never felt this sick to my stomach and this nervous. I am freaking out. Here goes nothing. I hope I don't break my GoPro. Ooh. Yeah, there's a big rock right there too. So at this point, I've already made a couple mistakes. For starters, physically and mentally, this is a difficult challenge. Physically, I have bad circulation. There's a strong chance that I possibly have MS. And I don't have a lot of body fat to it, making it so I can't stay in the water as long as some other people. Along with this, Wim Hof is someone who is essentially a superhuman. With his own breathing technique, he has been able to set records in extremely cold temperatures for long periods of time. I knew about this beforehand, but as that text previously mentioned, I didn't do enough research into it. So as I went into the water here, I really did not know how to control my breathing. At this point, I got out of the lake and I began to dry off. I sat on shore for maybe a minute, 2 minutes, and there was actually someone who was walking along the shoreline. I recognized this person. It was someone who just a couple weeks prior visited me at the craft fair and actually bought a copy of my book. So we took a moment to sit down and talk about how I was doing this to celebrate 500 subscribers and once again seek discomfort. After sitting there and warming up a little bit, I decided to go back in for round 2 because I wanted to go under the water.
So, as you can see, a bit cold, just a little. I ended up going in twice. The first time for 2 minutes, the second time for 1.5 minutes, so I could go underwater. My hands right now, from the poor circulation, my feet are stinging. Anything from my hip down really stung in the water, regardless of how long I was in there, and they are stinging still. But anything from my waist up, though, going into the lake actually just felt cold. Basically, like when you get into a pool at a hotel for the first time, it feels that coldness. Yeah, you get that initial shock, but otherwise it felt pretty good. You should probably tell by my voice how bad I'm shivering right now. Definitely a type of discomfort I do not recommend, but hey, I can say I've tried it once. I did it once. Definitely never doing it again. So that's for you guys. Oh my god, it's probably shaking so bad because of my hand. I'm trying so hard not to. I gotta keep breathing. Deep breaths. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Just like when I meditate. I'll probably do a quick meditation here while I'm on the shore to help me breathe. But yeah, I'm gonna stop it because my hands are shaking so bad. But thank you guys for helping me get to 500 subs. As always, hope to see you on the next adventure.
And I actually have to add one more little segment to this video before we wrap it up. So, as some of you may know, I do have quite a few health problems. I often joke that I'm a walking hospital case. And a couple hours after doing the polar plunge, the person who actually was with me, someone was with me and did it with me, he was feeling amazing. And from all research I've read, your body is supposed to be able to digest better, which is a problem I do have. I feel nauseous in the morning, stuff like that. You're supposed to be able to sleep easier, but that night was one of the worst nights of sleep I think I've ever gotten. I ended up waking up at 4 in the morning in tears in my eyes because I was in that much pain. Basically every physical health problem. I have a toothache the last month or so that's been off and on. For the past month, I'd say even most of it hasn't, like right now I feel fine. But that morning at 4 a.m. it felt like someone had punched me on the left side of my face as hard as they physically can. My back pain was in an extreme. My shoulders, my neck, every single part of my body felt extremely stiff and was popping and just in a lot of pain, to the point where I ended up throughout the day maxing out on Tylenol and taking 6 things of Tylenol. So that is the complete opposite of what is supposed to happen from doing this polar plunge. It's supposed to actually be very beneficial for your health. The only thing we can figure, because I also had digestive problems. I woke up in the morning, was really sick to my stomach, and throughout the entire day, and I've never had that throughout an entire day where my stomach is like that. So the best thing we figured is that since I put my body in extreme shock, it was focusing strictly on the cold, and it stopped focusing on my day-to-day health problems like my toothache, my body pain, my digestive problems. And that's why the very next day, even just a couple hours after I did the plunge, maybe 3 hours afterwards, all of my health problems were at an extreme all at once. And that continued for pretty much exactly 24 hours after the plunge, and at that point it went back to the typical back pain and stuff that I'm usually in, nothing out of the ordinary. But because of that, I definitely will not be doing it again. I do thank you guys for helping me seek a little bit discomfort and helping me get out there and do this, though. At least I've tried it, and now I know what it's like, and I can proudly say that I've done the polar plunge.